everybody. Today we have the very first President's Circle State of the College event in over a decade. And so we've got amazing business partners, industry, community, and our board here, and a big thank you to them, where we have what we're doing at the college as a destination for students. And we got to share a lot of the innovations going on. So where we are right now, and then looking at Moorpark College to the future.
Hi everybody, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. My name is Julius Sokanu. I have the pleasure and the honor to serve as the president here at Moorpark College. We are so grateful for your presence, and I thank you so much for being here. We've had, as you all know, we've had 3 years of just incredible challenge, and we've all stayed in our homes, and this is really an opportunity for us to celebrate Moorpark College, to celebrate the fact that we have the best community college in the nation right here in our county and in our city. You know, the state of the college address is a reflection of who we are, what we're proud of, where we're going, and what we yearn to be. So this year has been a transition year for us. We've gone from pandemic to endemic, and still, you know what? The indicators of our students' success remain the same. Thank you to our faculty, thank you to our classified professionals, thank you to our administrators, and a special thank you to our students. They're resilient, they're focused, they're targeted in their effort, and whatever's thrown their way, they seem to have a way of overcoming those barriers. Thank you to our students. Our community and industry partners, many of you here are industry partners. You invest in us by taking our students into your offices and into your buildings, and they serve as interns. Many of you are investors in our success. You come into our classrooms and share your knowledge and your expertise with us. Many of you actually give us money and help us do the work that we do, that our foundation does, to support student success. So I want to thank you very much. Without you, our donors, without you, our stakeholders, we would not be an Aspen Institute Top 10 college. The theme today for us, for this State of the College address, is that Moorpark College is a destination college. A destination college. We're a destination for high quality undergraduate education, and this is why we're being studied by Columbia University's Center for Community College Research. They've been studying our college for the past year, and we're excited about the opportunity to share all the high impact practices and the wonderful things that we do with the rest of the field. NCRI, which is also another private think tank, is studying our institution and looking at what we do in terms of financial literacy to support students. So not only do they choose careers that get them jobs that make more than a living wage, but they're also able to build wealth. The understanding and the notion that part of a college education is to provide students the financial literacy so they can be responsible for their success moving forward. And in so doing, we take families out of poverty and move them into solid middle class positions, but we also take families that are in solid middle class positions, we enhance their capacity to build into our taxes and to build into our community success. We're building wealth by making career choices in high demand, high wage, and high skill sectors. You will see through the course of this address images of the college and images of our partner, and it is very important for us to share with you that part of our being a destination college is that we have these partnerships. So you'll see the partnerships that we have with Silicon Valley Adventist Health, you'll see the partnerships that we have with our biotech sector, Takeda, Thermo Fisher, the partnerships that we have with some of you here in the room today in the ways in which you help us build curriculum that supports student success. We're a destination for athletics and entertainment. Our zoo entertains and serves and helps to provide sustainability and conservation education to 400 school children daily, Monday through Friday. We're not talking about the folks who come here on the weekend, which most of you do with your families, but just the way in which we support K-12 education in animal science and animal conservation. Crisis inspires creativity. Our faculty have found new tools to make learning more interactive. So you will see here this designation from the Aspen Institute. So the Aspen Institute is an organization that is funded by some well-heeled private foundations, and what they do is they study effectiveness in colleges. They identify, out of the 1,200 community colleges in the nation, they identify the top 150. And from that top 150, they pick the top 25, then they pick the top 10, and come May of 2023, they will pick the top and the best community college in the nation. We have made it through the 150, we've made it through the 25, and we're now in the top 10.
Wow.
You are a top 10 community college in your community. Why have we made it to the top 10? Here are their criteria. So for those of you who know Moorpark College, you probably know it's a check, check, check on all of this, right? Student learning, degree completion, workforce success, equitable outcomes, and creating a learning environment that supports student success. So we start with student learning. More of our students are placing in transfer level math and English. They're completing transfer level math and English. We know that if students come to the institution and they're not ready for college level math and English, that the chances of success are less. More and more of our students are doing that. We've retained more students of color, particularly Latinx students, Hispanic students. Despite the pandemic, colleges were losing those populations of students, and in fact, we've kept our students. Student learning, that's one of the reasons why we're an Aspen Top 10 institution. Degree completion is another reason why we're an Aspen Top 10 institution. You know it, that we've been on the Campaign for College Opportunities list of institutions that send students to the California State Universities and to the UCs. We've been on that list consistently for the last 5 years. And we're happy to say that not only has Aspen recognized us, not only has Campaign for College Opportunity recognized us, but EdSmart has recognized us as the second best community college in California. They've also, Intelligent.com has also recognized us as the most affordable community college in California. I kind of laugh when I read that, because community colleges, you know, the rates are the same, it's $46 a unit. But you know what, why did they recognize us as most affordable? Because they calculated into the return on investment for students what they get after they leave us. What we've also done in terms of our partnerships with our employers is that we've created opportunities for students to get work-based learning experiences, internships, job shadowing, right? And what we are very proud of is that there's equity in that experience. When we pull the data, since 2018, more of our female students, more of our black students, more of our Hispanic students, more of our Asian students have actually participated in an internship or a work-based learning opportunity. More of our older students are also participating in work-based learning opportunities. This contributes to decreasing the gap between the various populations on our campus. So when we talk about the success of our students, the fact that they're in your institutions or they're in your organizations, in your businesses, and they're being successful. They're in Simi Valley, they're working with the police department, they're working in the city of Moorpark, they're working at Amgen, they're working at Takeda, you know, they're working with your industry so that they can get that hands-on experience that then facilitates success on a long-term basis. And I'm very proud of the fact that in our biotech program, in our CNSC program, we've closed the gap between our white students and our minority students, particularly our Hispanic and Latinx students. I'm very proud of the fact that as an institution, we've invested in professional development that prepares our faculty and our staff and our administrators for the kinds of students we're getting. Moorpark College traditionally had students between the ages of 18 and 24, but we're getting more older students. We're getting more students who stopped out over the course of their lives and they're coming back to school. Their needs are slightly different from the kids who are coming straight out of high school. And we're building a college that understands how to support the needs of adults who are coming back to school and are being successful in that experience. Through your generosity, we have partnered with the Ruben Castro Charities and Food Share, and we support not only our students who are hungry and who are in need of food, but we support folks who are in our community. 6,000 of them over the past year. That's a wonderful thing that we do through our Radio Central. We prepare our students for interviews by providing them with clothing, we provide them with mentorship, and we provide them with opportunities so that they don't come to class hungry. One of the things that we do best is partner. And I want to thank those of you that are partners in the way in which we support this college. Those partnerships allow us to engage in innovation. Those partnerships allow us to have the greatest facilities that you see around us here. Those partnerships provide our students the resources that wrap around them so that they don't fall off the path to success. My colleagues are Dr. John Forbes, Vice President of Academic Affairs, Dr. Jennifer Clark, Vice President of Business, and Dr. Manuel Gabru, Vice President of Student Support, will talk to you next about what they are each doing in their areas. So we're going to start off with the innovation in our instructional programs. Please join me, Dr. Forbes.
All right. So our nursing program just recently received unconditional 8-year national accreditation. That's unheard of. There's a ranking based on the first-time pass rates of RNs, and that puts us, and it was, I had to chuckle because it was like a point something, but that's, we're 6th in the state, and that includes all 4-year schools in that ranking also. The other thing is rad tech. We have additional nuclear medicine certification on that. That has a 97% first-time pass rate over the last 5 years. So it's sustained like students in that program. And the other thing that we think is super important, and Julie's kind of mentioned on it, and why it's so important to partner with our K-12 partners, is students don't know all the options that are out there for careers. In biomanufacturing, it's not a good secret quite yet, but we're very close to being able to be accredited. Well, we received the accreditation piece, but the approval to offer a bachelor's in biomanufacturing. It would be the first in our area. It is not duplicative of what CSUs are doing. It fills the exact niche of what our biotech industry needs for a bachelor's prepared employees in our area. And the growth, I mean, you know, if you live in this area, the growth will continue. And as an investment in those companies, we want to be a good partner and produce bachelor's level students. And so we're this close. Again, not duplicative of what CSUs are doing, but there's a niche there on the technical end of what we need to prepare, and the job is just, it's exploding in every industry. Every company wants to hire cybersecurity professionals, and we would be able to prepare them at the bachelor's level with our young people. Like, we're part of creating the next generation, and we're a big part of that. Our students are a big part of that. They move from across the nation to be a part of the EDM program, and we're very proud of that fact. So we're going to continue to push on the innovative. We're going to make sure that what programs we have, we are putting a lot of energy behind to make sure that they're high quality, hiring the best, retaining the best instructors, and putting the resources behind that.
We were reducing our water usage in lots of ways, particularly on the grounds, right? And you could see the result of that, right? A lot of brown lawns, that sort of thing. And so I was kind of annoyed because I came to Moorpark and it was gorgeous. It didn't seem like anything was being done. So I wanted to just, I wanted to really mention that today because, and again, I'm going to share a statistic with you in a second, and what we do here to make it look this good and being outstanding and blowing past any requirement that's put on us by any local authority, the state, in terms of water reduction. We blow past what they ask us. But it's because of the systems that we have in place, sophisticated hardware, software systems that do things like monitor soil moisture, the humidity in the air, the wind direction and temperature, all of those things. The system monitors all of these things, and we have an irrigation technician whose job it is to pay attention to those things 24/7. And so tiny adjustments are being made all over campus all of the time. In the last 6 months, we've really cranked up, really with intensive, really labor-intensive practices that we ask all of our groundspeople to do kind of manually to look at areas that are in particular need. But I do want to share with you that over the last 6 months that we have reduced our water consumption all over campus between 40 to 45% per month beyond what we had already been doing those few years before. The next area I wanted to talk about just real briefly is energy use reduction. So, again, so 21st century, no more incandescent lights, everything's LED, everything's motion censored, automatic dimmers. What I wanted to talk about is just plastics and paper reduction. So again, so 21st century, of course, there's very few paper towels in our bathrooms anymore. We're developing or we're installing really modern, low flow sort of fixtures. You'll see them actually if you go in the gym. Fixtures, you see them a lot in Europe. Where they've got the water, the hand dryer, the soap sort of all in one place. Super efficient, super effective, keeps the restrooms clean, helps the, no paper, that sort of thing. We're not using those. And we also have hydration stations, so we don't use plastic bottles, or very little. It's very rare for us to have like the plastic bottles anymore, because we've got more than 30 around campus, and we encourage everybody to bring those bottles so you can refill those. And then the last area I wanted to talk about is our carbon footprint reduction. So not only, if any of you are familiar with campus, you know that we've got those big solar arrays up at the top end of the campus, all that huge parking structure, right? Those were actually installed during the pandemic. So when people came back from the pandemic, campus looked pretty different. But 156 EV charging stations are being installed. We're actually in the process of having the appliances installed. Yeah, so if you drive an electric vehicle, we have 14 already that are mostly in our parking structure, but we're adding another 156. So what is that, 170 EV charging stations that are going to be coming online on our campus? Again, we're trying to be a destination where we know that the laws are going to be changing in California. And we're preparing, right? We've got the infrastructure, or we're starting to put that infrastructure in place to be able to support where the state is going long term. We actually take the extra step, and we have compactors on campus. So we actually compact all of our trash that does end up going to waste. That actually reduces the dump trips by almost 84%. So that's gas, all the things that are going into the 84% reduction in that. So in addition to what you can see going on in our zoo, we've got a new tiger habitat structure going in, which is super exciting. You probably saw the big marquee. There's going to be a big screen, LED panel, color, all of that. There are a number of projects that are going on that you can see around campus, but we have a few projects that you can't see yet that were actually born out of the pandemic, right? Pandemic here, we came together and talked about how can we create facilities that will not only allow us more outdoor, more flexibility in terms of where we have class. Can we have it in outdoors, in this area, that area, better ventilation, all that kind of stuff? Well, our ideas started to coalesce because of the pandemic. And so what we ended up, what is going to start very soon is you'll be able to see in our OTC, which is our outdoor training facility, which is a state-of-the-art facility, that we're actually going to be putting a roof structure on that. So it's going to allow for shade. So you will be able to have class out there, not 24/7 because we do close at night, and during the winter when it gets dark early, it'll have lights, all of that. So we're really going to be able to expand the number of students and classes that are using that facility in all kinds of different ways, right? We have our quad, we're making improvements to our quad area where we used to have graduation, basically making it a space, because students use that all the time. Truss is going to be put there with all of the infrastructure underneath, so that any event the students want to have at any point, or a department for that matter, very easy to hang speakers, microphones off of that truss, very, very lighting, very, very quickly, and have those events and be able to have quality events. And again, equipment and services that our students deserve. It makes them proud to be here. I wanted to mention student housing. So many of you may or may not be aware that the state has put a lot of money, more than it was, a few $1 billion into affordable student housing statewide. And more than ever before, the community colleges actually got a significant chunk of that. And so they've asked for RFPs to potentially put in student housing. I know one of our sister campuses has done that. We actually got a planning grant, so we're in the middle of planning for that. We've hired consultants that have done focus groups with our students, what are their needs, all of that to really understand their needs, what the market can bear, to be able to afford, and live in the area. So it would be, the proposed spot is here on campus. It's actually just right over there would be the spot. But I also wanted to mention the tennis courts. So we've had some tennis courts that are fallow. Well, we are in the process of converting those tennis courts to NCAA level sand volleyball. I don't know how many of you are aware, but sand volleyball, particularly in this area at the high schools, is exploding. It's so popular.
Welcome to our college. As you can see, we have an amazing institution. My name is Emmanuel Gabru, and I have the pleasure and honor of serving as the Vice President of Student Support and working with our wonderful colleagues. I want to give a round of applause to Debbie for making this event happen. Thank you, Debbie. But also, you've heard so many good things about our college. We're an Aspen institution. We're a top 10 community college in the country. But we said we got to create a mission statement that really embodies Moorpark College, that embodies the faculty, that embodies the students, that embodies the community. So we came up with a mission statement that said, student first philosophy. And we don't just talk the talk here. We really actually walk the walk. Our faculty, our students, our community, all of you people that come here to support this really values the student first philosophy. And many other things. We believe in global education. We believe in supporting our community, our K-12. We believe in partnerships that we have. And that's what it is. As you can see, we have pictures on the wall, on the PowerPoint. And this is what really moves us. This is what it's about. It's about the students. But at the same time, it's also about the people that are committed to the students. We have some phenomenal faculty and staff. We have a phenomenal student support team. When I say customer service, we really embody that. That's when we say comprehensive services, that's what it is. It's going out to the high schools and also having a dual enrollment program. Our dual enrollment program serves about 1,300 students head count. And out of those 1,300 students that are at the high schools, 93% of them are retained. 93% of our 1,300 students. And then out of that 93% of the students that are retained, we have an 88% course completion and course success. So we hired a full-time dual enrollment director. We hired a counselor that is dedicated to them. We created support services. We go out to the high schools. We created a handbook that was given to our faculty about how the process would work when they go to the high schools. Because remember, we hire faculty to teach at the college level. But our faculty are so committed, they're willing to go to the high school. As far as Calabasas, Thousand Oaks, Moorpark, Simi Valley, we're really in the community. And it's not just our part-timers teaching them. It's also our full-timers that are committed to teaching classes. Tim, one of our faculty members, actually teaches or taught our dual enrollment classes. Our goal is for our high school students, by the time they graduate high school, they'll at least have their first year of college done. And then they'll come to us. So we even offer classes at the middle school level. We offer college success courses. And this is a way, because a lot of times with dual enrollment, it's mostly AP and honor students that take these classes. But we wanted to reach the students that are not likely to go to college, that don't have college in their vista. So what do? We try to reach out to say, hey, let's not make this a program for the students that are already going to go to UCLA. Let's find the students that are not thinking about college. Let's bring them on our campuses. Let's give them our best instructors and create a college experience in high school, in middle school for them. And that's how you connect with the community. And that's how you engage our students and our population so that they become Moorpark students and experience this community that we really have created. Another partnership that we have is called CHESS. It's a collaborative for Hispanic higher education and student success. This is a collaborative grant with Cal Lutheran University. It provides support to historically underrepresented students, identify goals that align with leadership and transfer opportunities. We also trained 40 faculty in culturally relevant pedagogy and culturally inclusive and responsive curricula with the faculty learning circle model. So what that means is we're very big on professional development. So when we talk about equity, social justice, we really mean it. Programs and things that we do is, and Dr. Sokino spoke to this, is our Raider Central. We serve about 125 students per day in terms of food. We want to make sure our students are not hungry. We want to also make sure we give them healthy foods. When I was a college student, I lived on top ramen. You know, I was an athlete and I was struggling. I was wondering, like, why am I eating top ramen when, you know, I can eat better food? But we also want to try to provide nutritious meals that support students in terms of their health. When we say we really embrace global education and professional development, we take faculty to conferences, we take faculty to local and state conferences, but this past September we took a group of 7 faculty to Ghana for a transformational conference experience that they will be presenting at our board meeting, and they'll be presenting to the foundation. But this was a life-changing experience for our faculty, and they were able to come back and really present about their experience, their learning, and really talking about social justice and equity and what that means for our campus community. So these are the kind of experiences the college creates for our students with partnerships with our community, because we believe in student first, and we want all our students to succeed. So thank you for being here with us.
You can see why we're successful. Look at my team. Look at our team, right? Thank you so much. I want to acknowledge some dignitaries who've come in since we started, and some that I forgot. I want to say a very big thank you to Catherine Stiles. Catherine is on Moorpark College Foundation Board. And I see Jeanette Sanchez Palacio from the office of Assemblymember Irwin, who is also a council member in the city of Ventura. Thank you for being here. And our friend, our colleague, our advocate, our champion, Chris Barrett, who is on the city planning commissioner. Thank you so much for being here with us today. Am I missing anybody, folks? Who have entire?
Renee Delgado.
Oh my God, Renee Delgado! Please, thank you so much for being here. Newly elected council member Renee Delgado, please join us. Thank you. So we promised we would get you out by 9:30. It'll be 9:35. I do want to tell you what's coming up. What's the future of this college, right? I mean, we're all hearing. You all know this. We're hearing about, the potential for a fiscal cliff. We're hearing about the state is already in recession, right? And we're all concerned. You know, one of the things that you may not know about community college is that when there's a recession or when there's a economic downturn, it's actually good for us because people come to school, they come to college. But what you may also not recognize is that when that happens, we often don't have enough money to support them. So for some of you who are in this room, you know that there was a time where we were cutting sections and closing classes, and it was so difficult to get students into classroom spaces and get them the education they needed to be successful. That tends to happen when there's a recession. Well, what we're doing is we're trying to plan so that we don't do that. Right? So that we don't get in that space where we're denying access. So there's some wonderful projects that are coming up at this college. Dr. Forbes already mentioned the bachelor's degrees opportunities. It is important that community colleges have bachelor's degrees, applied bachelor's degrees, right? It is important because they're a way of getting folks into the middle class. They're a way of providing for our service area and enriching the economy of our service area. Because folks like the biotech sector tell us they need those degrees, so they have folks who are on the production floor who know what they're doing. We're also investing in online degrees, right? So we have about 23 degrees that can actually be offered fully online. One of the great things that has come out of COVID is that those general education classes that we thought we couldn't deliver online, we're delivering them online. And so more students will have the opportunity to actually complete degrees online. The partnership with Simi Valley Adventist Health supports our athletic program, it supports our career center, it supports our nursing program. What else does it support?
Health center.
It supports our health center, thank you. And it's a cross-institution. We're trying to move away from donations that just support one program, looking at how we build an infrastructure, an ecosystem of support, so that when the hard time comes, we have those resources. We're doing a lot of work in terms of our outreach to alumni. I can bet you that if I ask how many of you came to Moorpark College or have a student that's at Moorpark College that came to Moorpark College, more than half of this room will raise their hands. Yay! Thank you to our alumni parents and to our current parents. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So what we need to do is to harness that energy, so that those folks can be connected and better connected to our institution. One of the things we've realized is that our forensics program, our athletics program, our theater arts program, our nursing program, our biotech program have incredible, film program have incredible alumni associations. They have incredible footprint online. We need to now tap into that so that we can grow and partner with those associations that are already in existence. So we can strengthen their connection to the institution, we can strengthen their giving to the institution, not just in terms of dollars and cents, but in terms of the way in which they support our students. Dollars and cents are also very important. So building those partnerships, very important. And one of the projects that we're excited about across campus is this whole idea that actually came out of crisis, came out of the pandemic. And it's a project of our amphitheater project. So behind me here, you will see these images of our amphitheater. You will also see that great lawn between the library and the gym. That great lawn, at the very bottom of that great lawn, this building that you see here will take that space. It will inhabit that space. It will provide in Ventura County, it will provide in Eastern Ventura County, but it will serve the entire county, an outdoor amphitheater space that can seat up to 4,000 people. It will provide an amphitheater space with state-of-the-art technology. It will provide an amphitheater space where your grandchild, your son, your nephew, whomever's performance space, a performance group can come and perform. It will provide an opportunity for us to partner with internationally renowned vendors of high quality entertainment, and they can bring that into our community. That is a game changer, folks. If we're talking about being part of the economic driver for the city of Moorpark, for the city of Simi Valley, for the communities around us, for Thousand Oaks, if they come here, if those vendors are coming here, they're bringing business to our community. If those vendors are coming here, they're exposing folks to all the resources that are available in our community. And it's not a bad thing. And on any given day, we have about 5,800 students on this campus. This site, even though we're planning about 2,500 stationary seats and then another 1,500 which could be lawn chairs or blankets or Adirondack chairs, or they could just stand, right? We're planning that, and that will not add more traffic to this community. We will be working with the city, we'll be working with private organizations that can help us manage the traffic flow. But we know that's not the case. But what it will add is similar facilities have added about $20 million to the ecosystem of the communities in which they serve. That's what we're looking to do. We see ourselves as a destination campus because we not only want to bring people here to study, we not only want to bring people here to engage in this civic opportunities that our culture provides, but we also want to bring them here to know that there is a place where it is safe for them and their families to enjoy high quality entertainment. That is a dream that we have for Moorpark College, and that is a dream that will kick off next week. Some of you have been invited to an informal sort of campaign cabinet that will help us raise money. It's a $40 million project. I know it started out as $8 million, then it's $9 million, and poor Jill keeps saying it's going to be $40 million by some way down with this. It probably will be. But that will also include the money that we put into it so that we can sustain the facility for the first couple of years. So it's an endowment of sorts. Very thoughtful thinking that's gone into this. And we know we're doing this when we're all kind of concerned about the economy and where it's going. We know that. But what we do know is that this will help enrich our community. We know that for a fact. So these are some of the dreams that we have as the college as we move forward. We know you will be our partners in this. The work that we do in education, the work that we do in community college education, the work that we do in higher ed education, that work builds capacity. We are in the human development business. Nobody comes to this college with the understanding that, they just come into college. Maybe some people do, but most people don't. They come with the intention in mind, with the goal in mind. And if they don't have them, we'll help them find it, right? And that goal often is about developing their full potential. Moorpark College and you, our partners, are helping to grow and develop the full potential of our community. I thank you so much for being here this morning. I appreciate your commitment to our college and to our community.